Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, now next, we are going to start with land pollution. So yes, it is also a very important topic and important aspect in our life. It deals with various kinds of land pollution that is occurring day by day in our environment and on our earth. It is creating huge damage to our environment as it is creating soil erosion and etc. So whatever questions arises in your mind, you will be getting the answers of all the questions by understanding this topic. So let us start and let us understand what is land pollution. So what is land pollution? So land pollution refers to the removal of earth, land surfaces at end below ground level. So the cause is the accumulation of solid and liquid waste materials that contaminate groundwater and soil. These waste materials are often referred to as municipal solid waste (MSW), which includes both hazardous and non-hazard waste. Okay, so it is the removal of earth's land surfaces. Okay, and it produces a very big huge to the ground level and below the ground level. So the accumulation of solid and liquid waste materials are contaminated under the groundwater, and the municipal solid waste are often referred to the waste materials, which includes both hazardous and non-hazard waste. Okay, so now next, the main causes of land pollution. So now we have understood what is land pollution. Now let us see what are the main causes of land pollution. So while there are many causes of land pollution, here are few of the main contributors. Okay, so number one is litter. Okay, litter means littering garbage, throwing the garbage on the ground as it is and not picking up and not throwing it in dustbin. So, littering, the improper disposal of waste products. So, littering is basically the improper disposal of waste products is unfortunately common. It is common all around the world. Okay, so every cigarette butt tossed on the ground or food wrapper tossed out of a car window is a small contribution to a monumental issue. So, according to Keep America Beautiful, 76% of litter found on roadways is from pedestrians and motorists. So, not all litter, however, is intentional, and a large volume of litter also comes from unsecured items that fall off the back of vehicles or out of trash receptacles. So, littering is the most common thing, and here an example is given of in America, which is a very beautiful country. So 76% of litter found on roadways in America. As you know, it is a very beautiful city. Still then, 76% of litter is found on the roadways and the pedestrian motives. So the main motive is that to dispose the waste to properly. But littering is the main cause which is creating land pollution and degradation. Okay. Okay, so now next. Second, urbanization and construction. So this is also a very important, kind of topic that we are dealing with. So see, while urbanization is not itself littering, large quantities of people living, producing trash, uh, and littering in a dense area does inevitably lead to land pollution. So, to accommodate this increased population, construction activities also occur, so which result in large waste materials such as metal, plastic, wood, and bricks. So, when these materials are not properly disposed of, it contributes to the land pollution of that area. Okay, so see what is happening here. So, urbanization is not littering. So, in a society or in a country, large people are living and they are producing a large number of trash and they are littering. So, kind of that you're doing, you're eating a packet of chips and then you're throwing it on the road. And how many people, number of people do this? And they're littering it. Okay, so to accommodate this increased population, construction activities are also occurring. So, large waste materials are produced so such as metal, plastic, wood, and bricks. So these are also not properly disposed of. So it also contributes to land pollution of that area. Okay. Okay. So now next. Okay, the third main cause is the agriculture. And now you must be wondering how agriculture can be the cause of uh, land pollution. So see here, agriculture is a foundational for both everyday life as well as the economy as a whole. So it also, however, can have profound effects to the planet. In agriculture, pollution occurs when contamination created as a byproduct of raising livestock and growing food crops is released into the environment, and the contamination is vast. So, without agriculture, a country cannot be grow as we are getting the food from the agriculture only. So, it is also damaging the economy as a whole. So, see how it is damaging. So it is creating profound effects on the planet. Okay, and the pollution occurs when, as a byproduct of raising livestock for growing food crops, is released in the environment, so, and the contamination is vast. Okay, okay. So now next is effects of land pollution. So now we have read what is land pollution and how it is caused. Now we will read effects of land pollution. Okay, so see, land pollution touches essentially every area of the living world, including, see, water that isn't safe to drink, polluted soil which leads to a loss of fertile land for agriculture, and climate change which causes an onslaught of disastrous problems including flash floods and irregular rainfalls, and the endangerment and extinction of species and wildlife. In habitat shifting, where some animals are forced to flee where they live in order to survive. And an increasing wildfires due to polluted areas often becoming very dry, and increased air pollution which burning waste contributes. Okay, so water is not safe to drink, it's not remain safe to drink, then the soil is getting polluted, and fertile loss of fertile is there, the fertile soil remains degraded, and soil erosion is occurring, climatic changes are occurring which causes a disastrous problems. Okay, so kind of that, habitat shifting and increase in wildfires, air pollution and all. Okay, okay, so now our next motive is to how to prevent land pollution. Okay, so how we can prevent it, there are some ways also that we can prevent it. It is not that we cannot prevent it, of course we can prevent it, but we need to see some steps and we need to make it forward and we need to contribute to do that. So, given the disastrous effect of land pollution, taking preventive measures to reduce its impact moving forward is crucial. So, number one is using fewer pesticides and chemicals in agriculture. So, given that the use of pesticides and chemicals in farming and agriculture greatly contribute to land pollution, so finding alternatives will help to reduce the environmental impact. Farmers, for instance, can use natural ingredients by switching from biofertilizers to manure. So, see how fewer pesticides and chemicals in agriculture are there. So, in agriculture, we are using pesticides and insecticides. Okay, and sometimes weedicides also. So, they contain very harmful chemicals and they are degrading the land. So, instead of that, we can use organic manure. We can switch to manure, so that instead of farmers can use instead of using fertilizers, farmers can use manure, so that it will be reduce the degradation of land. Okay, so now the second is reforestation. Reforestation involves replanting an area with the trees. You have heard of the two terms, reforestation and deforestation. So deforestation is the cutting down of the trees and reforestation is the replanting of the trees. Okay, so this can be needed for areas that have experienced wildfires, for instance, or where trees had been chopped down and met. So this process helps to bind the soil, which helps to protect it from land pollution and prevent soil erosion and flooding. So what happens if we do reforestation in an area? So for let's say some area is there where wildfires are there, and when trees are chopped down and the land is the no trees are there in the land. So what we can do, we can grow more and more trees to which helps to bind the soil, and it will helps to protect land degradation and pollution. Next motive is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, so at the individual level, there are many things we can do to reduce. contribution to land pollution. So one of the simplest way to do is to reuse or recycle items so that you aren't creating waste out of the material or item that still has a purpose. So with the growing awareness around what can be recycled and with an increase in recycling within many cities, it has never been easier to recycle. So what we can do at the individual level, we can reduce the use of plastics. We should reuse the things as much as possible. We should recycle the things. Okay, so these are the simplest way to do. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this wonderful session. I will be there to meet you soon in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.